Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now this morning I found it really hard to get going again. I basically felt like I did yesterday when I was around the garage. I was laying in bed this morning, just knowing that I need to get up. My alarm went off at 7:30. I didn't end up getting up till 20 to 9. And yeah, it's just been a real struggle to get going. Even though I know that once I do get going, I'll feel a lot better. And even though I know that when I feel like I can't get going, the answer is to just start. Once I go to the toilet, once I start drinking my water and having my salt water, having my vitamin C, and, just get going, doing my journal, doing my meditation and going for my walk around the block, which is what I've just come back from. Once I start doing these things, I always feel a bit better. So, the answer is to just do something if you feel like you can't get going. But even though I know that, I still struggle sometimes to get going, and that's exactly what has happened today. Now, this morning I've been listening to some videos from Tony Robbins. A couple of things he's sort of been saying in these videos. First of all, if there's something that you want to do, say you want to quit smoking or quit drugs, in my case, you need to turn these things from shoulds into musts. When something's a should, you basically always fail eventually. You're never going to make that change long term. You're always going to be able to revert back to your old ways. And this is something that I've sort of adopted on this attempt at me giving up drinking drugs. I don't see it as, I'm giving up drinking drugs. I just see it as I'm now living a super healthy life, which automatically means I can't drink alcohol or take drugs. So I don't really feel like I'm missing out on drinking drugs. Now, obviously, every now and again, my mind tries to fantasize about me going to pick up cocaine and getting high again, but there's no sort of battle between me and those thoughts. Those thoughts come up and I just think, well, I can't because I'm living a healthy lifestyle now. I don't sniff cocaine anymore. I don't drink alcohol anymore. So yeah, it's just, it's been a better way of thinking about, the process of giving up drinking drugs. I'm not giving up drinking drugs. I'm just living a really healthy lifestyle and, reaping the rewards of living that healthy lifestyle. Now, Tony Robbins is also an advocate of, waking up in the morning and doing some sort of gratitude exercise. And then he does like some sort of prayer, whereas I do, meditation, as the first things you do in your day. And, Tony Robbins is just a really motivational bloke, the way he talks, how passionate he is. So, when you need a pick-me-up, he's a good one to go to. And, the stuff he says is all really, really helpful. Now, after yesterday and this morning's lack of motivation, you could say, lack of energy, I really need to get going today and, just crack on with things that I need to do. In terms of my exercises here at home, I'm on arms and chest in the gym, and I will be going to the gym today. But I think here at home, I'm going to do a bit of back and crack on with some push-ups. So I'll do bent over rows. I'll also do extra sets on my left side because my left lat is so much smaller than my right one. And then I think I'll do shrugs, which I haven't done for ages. And then I'll just bang out some push-ups. So let's go. Yeah. Let's do 3.5 minutes in the bag and then we can have a cold shower. Alright, so I ended up getting loads of stuff done today on my MacBook before I left home, and now I've come round the garage to work on my cars, and yeah, I'm feeling way better about my life and the situation. It's weird. I think part of the reason where I'm sort of like stressing out and allowing my mind to persuade me that, you know, I can't be bothered to work on my cars and that is just that I'm a little bit under pressure, because at the moment I happen to not have any videos filmed and ready to edit apart from the one that I'm working on now. And it's weird because sometimes I'm under pressure when I'm in exactly the opposite situation, where I've got loads and loads of videos filmed and I feel like, you know, I'm really behind with the editing. So it's just an example of, it doesn't matter what your situation is, it's how your mind perceives it. You know, if I can literally be stressing out about two exact opposite situations, you know, the answer to any time when you're feeling like you can't be bothered or you're not motivated or, you know, not feeling very inspired is just to crack on, do something. You know, the answer to pretty much any issue is action, not inaction. But your mind will sometimes just have you not taking action, like I was yesterday, just around here twiddling my thumbs, doing nothing. There's clearly things that I needed to do, many things, you know, whether it be working on the cars, whether it be digging out parts for sale, whether it be tidying up my garages. And instead of doing one of those things, I was doing nothing, which never helps the situation. You know, action always helps, inaction never helps. So yeah, I'm around the garage now, messing around with the cars. There's an issue on my favourite car, which turns out to be caused by something I didn't think that was causing it. So yeah, I'm going to dive into solving that and filming it as part of the next video on the other channel, and just loving life, man. All right, so had a productive day around the garage. I was busy enough to not be thinking negatively or, you know, thinking about completely changing my life. Yeah, it's just amazing how once I get going with something, you know, all is well. It's literally just sometimes that I struggle to get going. And yeah, I just need to keep reminding myself that action is the solution, you know. Even if, you know, when you're in the midst of negativity, it's, you know, not easy to sort of see that, even when you do know that it's true. So yeah, I'm going to make my way home now. I'm going to have something to eat before I go to the gym, but I don't like having my dinner before I go to the gym. I don't like to go to the gym on a really full stomach. So I'll probably have some fruit. I've had some fruit already today, but I'll have a bit more. And yeah, then I'm going to go to the gym and bang out an arm and chest session tonight. Alright, back home after my gym session, and I've already showered, and my beautiful girlfriend is knocking me up some dinner. It's really late, it's about 10:30, but I didn't end up getting to the gym till late, so it is what it is. And I definitely want to do a little bit of work before I go to bed tonight, so I'm probably going to be burning the midnight oil a little bit, but I really must get up at 7:30 tomorrow and get back on track with my mornings. Today turned out to be quite a productive day after a bit of a slow start, so yeah, really happy about that. And yeah, it really is just about getting going. Once I get going, I'm alright. It's just that if I allow my mind to not get me going, then yeah, I end up in a bad place. Now, I've got a bit of an update with the saga with our neighbours. It looks like they've got a bodyguard. Some young lad turned up earlier with a suitcase. He's been indoors with them all day and chaperoning them to the shop when they need to go and get their alcohol. Now, I don't know whether they've employed them themselves or whether, you know, because of the agenda of the day, because it's a transgender person who's scared of the big bad geezer that lives downstairs that just wants to get sleep at a night. Yeah, whether maybe the authorities have paid for it, I don't know. But yeah, it should be a really easy job for him because I'm certainly no threat to anyone unless they bring trouble my way. But yeah, really strange. Last night they were actually talking really loud after 11, and we banged on the ceiling, and the talking got louder, and then they started banging back, which is what they do to, you know, sort of wind me up. They've done it in the past where, you know, they start banging on the floor after we've banged to ask them to keep the noise down. And yeah, especially the time when they came out and squared up to me when they were drunk. Yeah, it's a thing they do. So I didn't bother banging on the ceiling a second time. I just laid in bed listening to a podcast, and then I probably fell asleep about 1 AM. So it is what it is. I fully accept that they are going to keep me awake at night. You know, I need to accept it, and then my mind's not going to be adding fuel to the fire and making things worse. And you know, if I can live my life despite what they're trying to do, it's going to turn me into a stronger person. Whereas if I keep getting wound up and trying to reason with morons, it's not going to turn me into a stronger person. We've actually ordered this, so it's kind of like a headband thing, but it's also headphones. So yeah, once that arrives, I'll be able to just listen to my podcasts with that on. So I'll be able to have the podcast low enough that I can still sleep, but I won't be able to hear the idiots upstairs. But yeah, just a little update on the neighbours saga. But right now, I'm going to knock up the salad to go with this dinner, and yeah, eat my dinner and crack on with some work, as I say. So I'm going to end this video here, but I will be back for another one tomorrow. Massive thanks, as always, to everyone who's got this far. Feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat, or get in touch with me via Facebook, Instagram or email. But other than that, I'll chat to you tomorrow.